What up? How are you doing? I said, how are you doing? Trying to get on my smooth R&B, smooth 90s R&B, smooth 90s barbershop R&B bag, you know what I mean? First of all, I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all, the SJ Nation. It's getting down to that part of the year where everybody gonna start doing the year in whatever wrap ups, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. So SJ Nation, for making this the first year of my life where I was an actual career musician, I want to do this for y'all. Thank you for being a friend. Boom, 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 boom. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and a card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. I had to get that out the way. Yeah, I had to do a whole Golden Girls intro. You mad, nigga? You mad, nigga? Well, I'm glad, nigga. You know what I mean? So, I got a few year in review videos to get through. So let me just say, everybody who's watching the KSI diss track, keep watching that, man. That's up to like, I think we up to 40,000 views. I may be wrong, but hey, man, that's that shh. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that cut. I love it. Keep watching that. Strictly for the fans. It's been streamed on Spotify 28,000 times, man. Keep streaming that, man. I got new music coming. The script project is on the way. I'm going to be, I'm working on it. Oh, yeah, guess what? I forgot to say this in my other video. But today, I finally got YouTube Live. They finally let your boy get your little YouTube Live stories. You know what I'm saying? Like the little Instagram, little Snapchat, YouTube snaps. Yeah. Guess what I'm about to be doing today on my YouTube Snap? I'm going to be leaking a snippet of the track, me and Crit, of the first track off of Script. Yeah, the Scru and Crit project. So you better listen, you know what I'm going to drop it to? You know what I'm going to drop it? Look at my face. You know what I'm going to drop it? I'm going to drop that junk like, I always go by Eastern time, so let's do this. 2 or 3 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, I said 2 or 3 o'clock, so you got to tune into both times. So anyway, that was a long intro. Thank you for sticking around for it. Had to get all my love out there, but let's talk about the year in reviews, right? Now I got Eminem's year in review. I think it's going to be like a couple parts coming, but I decided to do this one too because this year the scorpion to Eminem Sub-Zero was MGK. MGK got dogged a lot this year. MGK got dragged a lot this year. MGK might have, and if you ask him, he's probably gonna say it's not. MGK might have had the best and worst year of his career, all in the same year. So let's start from the beginning. Hold up. Let me make sure my because I don't know, you know what I mean, if like the albums that MGK dropped this year. So let me make sure my Googles is right before, you know what I mean, I just jump out the deep end. I just jump smooth out the windy. Okay. So MGK 2018. Okay. Yeah. Listen. What? People thought MGK died? This is in October, in the weekend. Listen, all right, well, I don't know too much of what MGK was doing in the beginning of the year, but that's not too important. That don't even really matter. What matters more is what happened to MGK, was it September? So MGK was keeping a pretty low profile. My bad lighter. MGK was keeping a pretty low profile in the beginning of 2018. Eminem dropped Revival, and maybe he has some tweets about it, about this, that, and the third. Now, the whole Haley thing, MGK saying Haley was hot when she was a minor, still gross, that was before 2018. But that whole beef was bubbling because MGK did the freestyles, right? So MGK kept poking with the freestyles, right? Then Kamikaze drops. Remember this, the whole year in review, or whatever, the important parts. Kamikaze drops. MGK pops bottles because I'm not alike. Now remember that. People forget that. He was popping bottles. The bubbles. Popping them, right? He was doing that. Now this is why he was popping them. He was popping them because he understood what many people understood or thought about 2018. MGK plays a very important role in the changing of hip hop this year. He really does. He really does. Think about it. MGK was thinking that 2018, all publicity is good publicity. We are in the streaming era. We are in the trolling era, or so he thought. We are in the 6ix9ine era, is what MGK thought. So the bottle popping represented, even though M is going at me negatively, this is going to affect me positively, because now I'm going to get all the notorieties. My favorite rapper mentioned me, even if it's negative, this, that, and the third. So I don't blame him for thinking that at all. That's what you would think if you grew up now and if you understood what was going on now, right? In the music industry. But I think MGK also represents, by the way, look at my shirt, nasty shirt. MGK represents the changing of the guard. Because when the Bing GP, because Rap Devil drops, boom, big moment, right? Big moment. Everybody's talking about it. MGK's gaining the notoriety, and he thinks he's gaining the fame, not realizing he's gaining the infamy. If you watch a lot of my videos, you know that that's a theme that I have been saying numerous times, and it's not by accident, because I want people to know that there is a difference between fame and infamy. The era of trolling, the era of all attention was good attention, muddied those waters. So people came up thinking that, not realizing, oh no, it doesn't work. Look at 2 examples of people who thought trolling or leaning into a troll was going to positively benefit them. And it might have at the moment, but the ultimate reward was not a reward at all. 6ix9ine is sitting in jail fighting for the rest of his natural life. Just think about that. Because of trolling. At the time, it was working. He was leaning into the beefs. It was S my D here, this, that, right? Leaned into it. Blew up in his face. Same thing with MGK, but only his blew up in his face way quicker. MGK couldn't go anywhere without getting people, or maybe not, let me not say anywhere, but immediately, directly after this stuff happened, he gets into 2 physical altercations because of it. Now, I do say these are 2 crazy fans, but physical 2 of them because of it. 1 dose. Okay, you may let that slide. Even though that's something we wouldn't let slide. That's something to think about. That's crazy, right? But think of it like this. Think of this like this. The whole MGK fake crowd booing him thing. How that was picked up by listen. Now the fake booing thing to me was weak, right? Why pretend? Why do that? To try to make someone look bad. It makes you look bad. But here's the crazy part. The willingness that for everybody to believe it was crazy. Because the reason why MGK's year was so messed up was because it wasn't just Eminem fans who were going at him. It was Eminem fans that were helping paint the narrative the most, but the people who were executing it was everybody. Everybody. You probably could ask a random person on the street right now about MGK. They're going to bring up Rap Devil. They're going to bring up Killshot. And then I've always known MGK as being someone for years and years to have a real strong fan base, but it even seemed like his fan base was not supporting him, and that was the most shocking part. MGK dropped the project 2018, Binge, EP. This was the literal musical and, in some cases, physical manifestation of MGK battling M. The manifestation of MGK's year in a nutshell. The manifestation of the biggest moment. The best case scenario, well, that wasn't the best. Best case scenario is him and M would have done a song together. But the manifestation of the best case scenario in the troll era is just somebody that big mentioning you. Now, I've been saying that it's the year of bars since January, right? I've been saying that. Go watch the videos. It's all documented. I kept the file. Go watch it, right? So when MGK dropped Binge and that project did 20, that project did so much, and then people would be like, because people don't know the industry and how things work, right? Because people might be like, well, it makes sense. He went at M, nobody bought his stuff. That's not really how it works, especially for someone like MGK. Someone like MGK is supposed to have a rabid fan base like I have. MGK is supposed to have a rabid group of people that Lace Up, EST, they were built as underdogs. So this was supposed to be the moment in which they executed their mission statement. Lace up. They didn't lace up. They didn't lace up for cows. 20,000? That project did worse than your project before it. That's what is the damning blow. It's not that you battled Eminem and sold 20,000. It's the fact that you battled Eminem and your fans did not support you as much as before. And that's the biggest tall tale sign of what your year was. And that's why I understood when he was like, okay, I'm going to start focusing on acting. Because MGK is never going to come out and be like, bro, the whole world is going against me right now. I'm figuratively losing blood as we speak. I got a hole in my side and I'm losing blood and none of y'all is helping me because 20,000, listen, MGK fans, listen, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. Eminem fans did exactly what they're supposed to do. Exactly what they were supposed to do. They rode for their mans. They put in work for their mans. They even got physical. They did what they were supposed to do. They did what they're supposed to do as a fan base. You know who these people are. You could sit there and call them stands until you're blue in the face. That's not going to change their love for M. It's not going to change their dedication for M. So all I'm saying is if you know they're crazy, leave them alone. Just leave them alone. When you go for M, then they really go activate. Optimus Prime, Autobots, assemble. That's exactly what it's going to be. But that's the year in review. Now he's focusing on doing movies. MGK's year, maybe he's going to be a great actor. Because I don't ever see him coming back to rap full force, or if he does, it's going to take a long time. I see him dropping songs here and there, but I don't ever. I think acting is his bag right now, and I'm not mad at him, bro. When you sit there and you built up a fan base who was supposed to be like a underdog fan base, something. I'll put it this way: Eminem beefed with ICP. ICP fans only became stronger after that, because the Juggalos, no matter how weird you may think they are, no matter how different you think they do what fans are supposed to do, period. And everybody else can be like, oh, they're weirdos. Ah. But that's not going to change the dedication for ICP. I'm sorry. So that's what hurt me as an artist. Because I'd be like, man, if ever I came at somebody and my project did worse than it did before, that would break my heart. It would be like, oh, damn, well, because F the beef, F Eminem, it's the fact that now it's almost like you gotta figure out what's going on with your infrastructure fans. All you do is come up to EST Fest, all y'all buy the merch, but when it's time to stream I think you dissed Eminem, a lot of them dudes was Eminem fans, man. And they just left. One thing I don't think I would ever do is diss Eminem. I would never diss Eminem. It just, I know even though I've never talked to him, he helped me a lot. So I just can't. But I do say if he does some whack stuff, because there'll be people who be watching some of my old reviews where I was reviewing whack Eminem music, like, you're so disloyal. No, I'm not. What are you talking about? That's a whack song. I'm sorry. My mom bless all yams and lots of drugs. It's not tight to me. I'm sorry. It just never will be. But you better believe, if a nigga riding on M, nigga, it's activate time. I'm not like the crazy fans. Trust me. But I ride with M. I'm sorry. I don't know. Just do. Put in the comment section, what do you think, if you could describe MGK's career in one word this year, MGK's year in one word, what would it be? I'm going to be looking in the comment section. Love y'all. Going live today at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking about this whole KSI, Deji, Crypt, and Dax feud, because I thought about it yesterday. I was like, dang, I kind of know a lot about this stuff and didn't even realize it. Kind of like only like a degree of separation away from this. I don't know. Tune in.